please welcome to the stage from Hartbeat Ventures, Kevin Hart, Robert Roman, and from JP Morgan Chase, Michael Alanjan, and your moderator, Natasha Mascarenas. Let's go!
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. We're excited.
Thank you all for being here. I want to start with your brand. It's so many things. You are obviously a comedian, content creator, kids book author, started a fast food vegan restaurant, investor, I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of things, and a CEO.
Yes.
What's the unifying thread between all these things other than you?
Happiness in doing what I love and finding new energy and discovering how many levels you can achieve, boundaries or ground that can be broken just in the world of entrepreneurship.
When it comes to the kinds of brands you start yourself versus invest in, partner with, how do you choose the difference in commitment?
Well, I mean, look, I think it's a learning curve, right? You don't know what to do out the gate. There's so much success and failure, right? Because when you're failing and doing things wrong, you're learning at the same time. What I've learned to do is align myself with things that I like, people that I like, right? People that want the most out of opportunities and out of life. Also, in the position I'm in, I think the biggest thing is being a part of tomorrow's success, right? Engaging with the world of young entrepreneurs. That, for me, is where I found a nice thread to kind of walk on and balance myself within business these days, especially in the world of investing, right? Because you're investing in people. So I want to know that you as a person are fully committed to the things that you're telling me that you want to do.
Long term is all about what Hartbeat Ventures is. So tell me about how you two met and kind of decided to formalize some of this energy you're talking about.
What excites me about what Kevin's done over the years is the fact that he's built enterprise. We talked about how we can change the investment world and came together and said, look, let's launch Hartbeat Ventures initially, and how do we take what he's created and invest in things that are organic, authentic.
Sure.
Things where we can deploy capital, and not only deploy capital, but look at the enterprise as a whole and see how we can push the needle for these companies. That was kind of the genesis of what we created based on what he had done.
Where I come from, the conversations attached to finance are not had. They don't exist. I had to learn why investing was okay. From my understanding, the world of investing, well, it was attached to the space of a con. You're trying to con me, trick me out my money. I don't trust you. I'm not giving nobody my money. The biggest learning curve for me was understanding that the investment has a timeline attached to it. And because I invested today does not mean I get anything tomorrow. You have to be confident in understanding the world of growth and the process. It's about understanding the economy, how the economy works, understanding how to make your money work for you. These are all things that I had to learn on the ground level, but I was confident about learning it. I didn't need or want to be the smartest guy in the room. No question was a bad question. When you have people that don't know about this space, well, it just comes from the discomfort of, I don't want to lose what I have based on giving it to someone else for someone to do something that they told me that they then didn't do. It came from me understanding how I wanted to personally navigate with my finances.
Michael, you are helping Hartbeat Ventures grow from being based off of Kevin's personal capital to taking on its first institutional money. So tell us about kind of what brings you on stage and what's happening there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think a lot of the things that Kevin and Robert talked about in terms of lack of education, lack of awareness, how do you invest, that applies to companies too. And so I think what attracted us about this relationship is we share a very similar mission statement, which is the best companies, the best founders, the best people should have the best opportunity. We all know the capital raising process is really important. But it's hard, it's confusing, it's limited to your personal network, it's time consuming, and you need to figure out, as a founder, your time is best spent building and running and growing your company. So when we thought about how could we help play in the venture space, we think about the services with our venture banking effort in terms of banking and payments and venture debt to some of the best startups in the world. We think about our investor footprint, both in terms of numbers and size, whether it's asset managers, hedge funds, private equity, VC, family offices. They all want better access to the people here and to the venture community. And so the question that we had was, how could we find a way to bring these things together into one holistic digital solution to really bring our services and our network to the venture community at scale? And so one of the things that's really important is we talk a lot about relationships and who you know, right? 30% of venture deals are from people who know each other from some previous life. And so that network is really constrained. So how can we find a way to open people's horizon, help them meet other founders who have been in their shoes, other investors who are there, but how do we make sure that we get you in touch with the right people, with the right connection, with a warm introduction, with people you know, guide, and trust, and that really ignites this whole atmosphere.
Let's say down the road, Hartbeat Ventures has 100 LPs, 200 investors. What do you think about control and kind of expanding it and making sure that you don't lose as much say as you had maybe during iteration one?
This is a space and world where egos can't exist, right? You know, the only way to improve is to empower. And I think the beauty of aligning yourself with people that have operated in this space at a high level and who have done the business well over the years is trusting the direction in which they feel we can go. This is a table where we sit and we talk, we ideate, and we come up with the best possible solution-based ideas that we feel ultimately help the entity that we all stand in become successful. You know, that's how I've learned. It's come from being a sponge in some of the biggest and best rooms. Being at those tables and trying to talk the most would be the most ridiculous thing ever. I listen the most. I take away what I'm supposed to, and in return, those relationships have become some of the most valuable pieces to this puzzle, and I'm beyond grateful for. You can't say it enough. It's a relationship business. That's how companies become successful. It's by understanding the world of we and not me.
Where are you finding founders? Where do you guys source?
It goes back once again to the world of relationships. I don't know all the people. I'm never going to know all the people. I know some of them, but I want to know more. And in this space, if I want the right relationships, I have to be willing to do the work to obtain the more. When it comes to the world of bridging the gaps and being a part of change, what are you doing? And if we can be a part of embracing that world of young entrepreneurs and investing in the future, and that future sees a significant return of opportunity based on the initiative of Kevin Hart's company that started out as this thing, but now it's going back, and I'm back to my community, I'm back to my culture, I'm back to the space of young, well, I'm doing my part. I'm trying to close a hole that's so wide, and if we all do our part, well, we'll see it. We'll see a major difference in you know, the circumference of that hole. You have to take responsibility some way, somehow, and I love that myself and my partners are prioritizing that.